Good evening, friends. Happy Monday. I'm coming at you live here from KDUR FM in Durango, Colorado at Fort Lewis College, putting on my best radio voice. And very happy to be here at the station, which has always supported me. Thank you to Bryant Liggett, the station manager, for setting me up here. And we're giving it a go. I've had an issue with the internet. They have a secure network that has very fast upload speed. However, the GoPro app does not broadcast on secured networks of that level. This is a new thing I've never come across before. And so I am running on the guest network at Fort Lewis College here. And it rips and then it kind of dips. So I'm giving it a go, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed and manifest success for the evening. And I'm giving you this caveat right now because if anything happens and it goes down, I will try relaunching it. You know, we've done this in years past where we'll have to do a couple different segments. And if all else fails, I've got the thing recording on the GoPro, and I will upload the entire jam after the fact if you're having trouble on your end. Okay, so that's my caveat, and we're going to manifest success with that said. Okay, and now I'm going to double check on the live streams to make sure we are up and running. So bear with me for a moment here. We had quite a weekend. Locally, here in the Durango area, performed yesterday at Tico Time Bluegrass Festival, which is just about 30 minutes south of Durango in Aztec, New Mexico, at the Tico Time River Resort. And they're doing a fabulous job with that festival. I've played all 3 years of the fest so far, with different configurations. The first year was the Leftover Dust Farm with Greg Garrison and Alwyn Robinson from Leftover Salmon, Andy Hall from the infamous String Dusters, and me from Grant Farm. That was like a kind of little super group thing we did year one of Tico Time. And last year we played with Grant Farm. It was kind of a reunion show for us, and that went really well. And this year we squeezed in as Tyler Grant and Friends on the Sunday. And I had already assembled a group to play Friday and Saturday nights as Pickin' on the Dead. And that same lineup, Jake Wolf on drums, Ace Angfer on the bass, and Michael Kirkpatrick on the mandolin. We did 2 nights of Pickin' on the Dead, Friday night in Denver. It was a late night show post Billy Strings Red Rocks. We played from quarter after midnight, 12:15 a.m., to 3:15 a.m. We played a 3-hour set very late, and then we played the Mishawaka Amphitheater on Saturday as part of the Head for the Hills 17th annual Pickin' on the Pooter event, which is usually the opening weekend up there at the Mish. And we performed there on Saturday night. Then we had to leave Fort Collins at about 5 a.m. On Sunday to get to Durango area to perform at Tico Time Bluegrass Festival yesterday at 4 p.m. Same band, but this was all our original music, you know, a bunch of my songs from Trying to Have a Good Time, some classic Grant Farm songs that Ace and I have done over the years, and some songs from Ace's record, Brave and Free, and some songs from Michael Kirkpatrick. So there you go. That's the background, that's the story, and that gives me a chance to diagnose this system, which seems to be running. So let's get started. We are getting going on. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. And there's the click. So this song is in the key of G, and it goes like this. 1, 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, 5, 5 and a 1 and 1, 1, 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, and a 5, 5, 5 and a 1. My kickoff might go like. like that. Simple song, good one to get started with. And okay, you're ready? I'm taking a breath here. I've been fussing with internet stuff, as is the case every now and then when I'm at a new location. So I'm getting warmed up with some of y'all here. So here we go. You're going to kick us off on My Home is Across the Blue Ridge Mountains in the key of G. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Let's sing a chorus. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. And I never expect to see you anymore. I'll play. Lord, how can I keep from crying? How can I keep from crying? How can I keep from crying when I never expect to see you anymore? My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. And I never expect to see you anymore. Now you play it. All right. Now rock the baby and feed her candy. Rock the baby and feed her candy. Rock the baby and feed her candy. For I never expect to see you anymore. Last chorus. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. And I never expect to see you anymore. Okay, we did it. We're getting warmed up now. The voice is a little tired from all the travel and all those gigs and not getting enough sleep over the weekend, so bear with me. Yeah, in reality, my home is across the San Juan Mountains from where I sit. But that's just a good old song. My home is across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home is actually out there in the parking lot, to be honest. But anyway, that was fun. Hope you are having a good time. Hope everything's coming through loud and clear for you. Okay, next we got John Hardy, and this is going to be an instrumental version of John Hardy. We typically do this kind of in the fast jam, But I wanted to give it a go here in the slow jam, give everyone a chance to get into this if you haven't done it much, because it's a fun, easy song that we like to play as an instrumental in the bluegrass world. There's Brian. Thank you again, Brian, for hooking me up. I feel like a rock star. Every time I come to KDUR, I feel like a rock star. They've always played my music and always been very supportive over the years. So we are not on the radio, by the way. The radio is live with one of its regular program shows. I'm just on my regular channels, and if you're watching me, you know that. Okay, so John Hardy in the key of G. And just a reminder, if you've never been here with me before, I'm using the number system. And I'm not really going to take a lot of time to explain that, because if you're in a jam setting, this is just how it works in the bluegrass world. We use 1, 4s, 5s. Those are our primary chords. Every now and then there'll be a different one, and I'll specify if it's the 2, if it's the 4, if it's the 2 dominant, which is a language I use coming up. I'll remind you of that when we get to that song. But this is just another 1, 4, 5 song in the key of G. So your 1 chord is G, your 4 chord is C, your 5 chord is D. And here I go explaining it. Like I said, I wasn't going to. G is 1, G, A, B, C is 4, D is 5. That's how it works. It's just going up the scale. If you want to know all the reasons why and every in and out of how this works, you're going to sign up for my Artistworks course. Flat Picking Academy launches for pre-sale subscribers, which could be you if you haven't signed up yet. It launches on Monday. You get to have access to the full course a week early. The official launch is May 30th to everyone else who signs up subsequently. So I'm really excited about that, and it's very detailed, and I explain everything. So if you want lessons, go to my Artistworks Flat Picking Academy. But this is just a jam, and I'm talking, I'm looking at the screen and checking my collar. Okay, so John Hardy is in the key of G, and it starts on the 4 chord. So we go 4, 4 and 1 and a 1, 4 and 4 and 1, 4 and 4 and 1 and 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, long 5 chord, 5, 5, 5 and a 1. That's the whole thing. It's a 4, 1, a 4, 1. 4, 1, then a long 5 and a 1. And being an instrumental, I'm going to kick it off. It's a song. This does have words, but we're just doing it as an instrumental, like I said. And this is a thing that happens in bluegrass often. We'll take cool song melodies and turn them into instrumental tunes because they're just really fun to jam on. So I'm going to play all the way through that form just a one time, okay? And then you're going to play all the way through that form one time. And then I'll do it again. And then you do it again. And then I'll do it again and again. So we'll go 3 times all the way through, back and forth. Just one time each through the chorus. Okay? So I'll kick it off. And I'll play some taters. And I'll just launch into the melody. You'll back me up. And then we'll go back and forth 3 times each on John Hardy, nice and slow, in the key of G. time to you. Okay, so when we're doing that at a fast tempo, I like taking it 2 times through the chorus each break because it gives you time to develop it. In this nice slow tempo, it's fun to just go back and forth and just focus on one break at a time, and it would be kind of long, you know, if we did twice. So cool, John Hardy. I'd recommend definitely checking out Norman Blake's version. Check out Doc Watson's version. I believe they do that on the Flatt and Scruggs with Doc Watson Strictly Instrumental album, which is key listening for all instruments and not just the guitar players. And of course Tony Rice did an excellent version, pretty ripping bluegrass version with Vassar Clements and on this Cold on the Shoulder album, and a bunch of great players. Okay, so moving right along, I will come check on y'all in a minute. But I want to get to this song first, which is a Hey, Hey, Good Lookin'. And the thing about this song is, you know, I've had some fun throwing in the Hank Williams songs on the jams lately. And this has a secondary dominant chord. So this is part of what I've been, you know, trying to kind of get straight with everybody. So we're in the key of C, and we're on the 1 chord. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? Second chord is a D7 or a D major. Remember that dominant 7th chords are interchangeable with their major triad counterparts, but the 7th gives it even more of that dominant function because a chord that is acting as a secondary dominant. It is the 5 chord of the 5, which is coming right up, and the 5 is a G7 in the key of C, right? C, D, E, F, G is the 5, okay? So in the key of C, here's your 1 chord, there's your 5 chord. And the 5, of course, you always can put that 7th on it because it's a dominant function. Symphonies end on that big, what they call an authentic cadence from the dominant chord back to the tonic chord. So when you take that D, which would be a D minor, diatonically in the key of C, your 2 chord would usually be a minor chord, but when you alter it to a major, and especially taking it to that next level, which is what I'm going to do because I like that sound, a dominant 7th chord, a D7, it becomes the dominant chord of the G, which is the dominant chord of our key. So that's why we call it the 5 of the 5. For shorthand vernacular, as far as shouting out chords, I usually just say 2 dominant. So when you hear that, you go to the 2, but make it a dominant 7th chord. 2 dominant to the 5 to the 1. So the verse goes 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 2 dominant. To the 5, back to the 1. And it does a quick little 5 chord in between, you know, the first half and the second half of the verse. And then a 2, dominant, 5, dominant, 1. Then we go, this is a secondary dominant, right? If I take the tonic chord and make it a 7th, it becomes the 5 of the 4. Okay? You don't have to know that. You don't have to think about it because you just hear it all the time. When you hear that 1 chord, oh, we know we're going to the 4. So there's the 4, back to the 1. And another 4, and back to the 1. And then another 4, back to the 1. And then the 2 dominant, back to the 5. Then we got another time through the regular verse section. So, So we will just jam on the verse. Or actually, it's the chorus. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? The part that we open with. And two of those. Okay, let's just use that as the thing we jam over, and that's how you're going to kick it off. I'm just basically playing the melody, and let's just play the song and see what happens. Okay, but yeah, we'll just use that section as the breaks to keep this free and steady, right, as the song says. Okay, I'm looking for a tempo. That's a little quick for the slow jam. Let's bring it back to... Okay, here we go. Kick us off on Hey Good Lookin', right on the chorus on a C chord. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet lady, don't you think maybe we could find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill, and I know a spot right over the hill. There's soda pop and the dancing's free, so if you want to have fun, come along with me. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? I got it. I'm free and ready, so we can go steady. How's about saving all your time for me? No more looking, I know I've been tooken. How's about keeping steady company? I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence and buy me a new one for 5 or 10 cents. Keep it till it's covered with age, 'cause I'm writing your name on every page. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Play. I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence, buy me a new one for 5 or 10 cents, and keep it till it's covered with age, 'cause I'm writing your name on every page. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? All right. So it ain't bluegrass, but it's country. And to me, those two things work very well together. Bluegrass is kind of just an extension of country music in my mind. Of course, it's gone in lots of other directions as well, which is awesome. But it started with country music. Okay, how's everyone doing? Hi, Sandy in Bakersfield. Thank you for being here. Hi, Dave Schmidt. Hello, Ty Van Valkenburg. It's a nice dead room, right? It's all insulated. So yeah, thanks. The sound should be looking good. And of course, once again, thank you, Bryant, our station manager. And Blake Blackwell, Tom Dooley, good call. I'll try to get Tom Dooley into a future live stream. And Rob Irene in Delaware playing on the double bass. Very cool. Cheryl C. The perfect radio was. Thank you. Hey, you know, I've thought about getting into radio, but I'll do plenty of talking at those who take my online courses. Helperman, hello Sage. Helperman, nice to see you over the weekend at the show Friday. When is okay? Almras. That's a handle there. The flat picking course on Artistworks launches officially on the 30th. And if you sign up for the pre-sale, which many already have, and you still have an opportunity to do that, a week early, and you'll get a few other exclusives as well. And you'd make me really happy if you did. So go ahead and sign up, and you'll be able to start on Monday the 22nd. Next Monday in 1 week. Everyone else will get it on the 30th if you sign up later. Okay, Gilly R. joining on the fiddle. Very cool. Thank you for being here, Gilly and Ron Lipton in Indiana. All right, nice to see you all on the YouTube channel. Checking in on the Facebook page. I'm looking at myself hunched over the laptop. Jim Hanaway in New Jersey. Thank you, sir. Jennifer Hayden. So tired on Saturday. Well, yeah, it's been a tired weekend, but an inspired weekend, right? Hello, Colin in the UK. Good morning to you. Early morning. Live music from Oz. Good day. Oh, from Oz, from Australia, eh? Is that what you mean? Good day. Okay. Is it morning? I don't know what time it is in Australia, but it's probably opposite of what we are here. Brian McCleary in Kansas City. Hello, Brian. And hello, John Keegan in Mainville, Ohio, near Cincinnati. Cool. Thanks, everyone. Let us move along. Gonna sleep with one eye open. All right. Some good old Flatten Scruggs for you. And so this is going to be in the key of D. One and one and one, one and one and one, and a one and a one and a five, and a one and a one, one and a one, one and a five and a one. Then the chorus goes to the four chord. Four. So I keep doing that little D run as kind of a place marker where those little pauses are. There are a couple extra beats between the vocal lines. We're not going to do those on the instrumental parts. The instrumental straight through without that extra couple beats where we would do a run or a fill in between lines of the lyric. So let me find a tempo and I'll demonstrate a kickoff. Okay, that's a good slow jam tempo. This is a groovy little number. And I do kind of this type of kickoff. It's almost like a Monroe-y mandolin thing. So I go like this. 1, 2, 3. something like that. I kind of play a version of the melody that gets kind of bluesed up a little bit. And I think I was inspired by Chris Henry years ago when we jammed on that song, and I heard him kick it off on the mandolin that way, and that's just kind of what stuck in my head for how I approach it. Okay, here we go. Gonna sleep open, and you're gonna kick us off in the key of D. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I just found out today that little game you played. I've been asleep in my whole life away. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm going to sleep with one eye open from now on. To the 4, from now on. All night long, you're gonna have a chance to treat your daddy wrong. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. I got it. There's a honky-tonk down the road, just a mile or so. I understand that's where you spend your time. Well, I got news for you, your little game is through. From now on, baby, you're gonna toe the line. From now on, all night long, you won't have a chance to treat your daddy wrong. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. Play. Go to the 4. Play it again. Last verse. You thought you was being wise, hanging around with other guys, and leaving me to spend my time alone. Well, you'll find out today that it don't work that way. You've started a little game that two can play. now on, all night long. You won't have a chance to treat your daddy wrong. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. Okay, there we go. All right. Andy's asking me to talk about my guitar. This is Collings, year 2000, Collings D2H. I bought it in 2001, gently used, and I've been playing it ever since. This one and my Martin D28, my 53 Martin, are my main dreadnought guitars. The Martin is what I use on the Artistworks course. It's this guitar is amazing. They're both, you know, if I gave you a blind listening test, you might not be able to tell them apart. But the Martin has a little more of a warmth and an age to it that is just lovely for bluegrass, country music, old time music, everything like that. So I use the Martin on most of my recordings, and I use this one often when I'm traveling. Okay, moving on. We got Salt Creek, our second instrumental of the slow jam. We usually do 2 instrumentals per set, right? Now, I've done a lot of talking and setting up, you know, kind of some of the situation here early on. A couple of you have sent me little I've seen these posted on the YouTube channel, and again, I'm sorry I don't remember who has done this, but it's very helpful if you actually go in and you want to make a note of what time the thing starts, and those show up as little links on YouTube. So if anyone feels like sending that over, it'll say like sleep with one eye open at whatever, wherever we're at, you know, 43 minutes and 26 seconds or whatever. Those show up as links. If anyone wanted to do that for me, I can I'll grab those and I'll post them on the video information itself, so people coming back, you know, if you want to skip over all the talk and all the live shout outs and stuff, you can just skip to the songs. So I'll task that with anyone out there. If you want to raise your hand and volunteer, then maybe you can do that, and we won't have a bunch of people doing it. But that's a handy thing that I just don't have time to do every week. Okay, Salt Creek in A, 1, 1, 1 and 4, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, 5, 1, 1, 1 and 4, flat 7, flat 7, 5, 1. That's the A part. The B part is 1, 1, 1 and 1, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, 1, 1, 1 and 1, flat 7, flat 7, 5 and 1. So each of those goes twice. It's A, B, B, and I'm breezing through this because I figure most of you know Salt Creek. But again, if you don't, you can just mark this point in the video and come back and learn it if you don't catch it this first time through. So let's just play it twice through. So I'll go ahead and play A, B, B, and then you play A, B, B, and then I'll play it again, and then you play it again, and then you tag it at the end. And if you got a harmony part worked out, a twin part, go ahead and twin me on this, like Doc and Merle, right? Okay, so I'll find a tempo here, and that's about good for the slow jam. We're inching it up, of course, but we're still very much in the slow realm for this one. Okay, I'll do Taters and kick you off on Salt Creek in A. Salt Creek. The interesting thing about these kind of melodies, we tend to like pick up the main parts of them first, and then the turnaround figure, what I call the turnaround figure, which at the end, you know, often those are up to each player's interpretation. So when you're working out twin parts, you know, or harmony parts with two instruments, that's the section you really got to dial in. Oh, how is the lead player playing that? Oh, they do that with it. Okay, I'll harmonize that. You know, those aren't often as clear as the other main parts of the melody. Okay, and that tune is easy. I found myself just at the slow tempo. This can happen sometimes where your mind has time to wander. This is part of the focus of this exercise, and I found myself in Red-Haired Boy for a moment and had to catch myself and realize we're playing Salt Creek. You don't want to put those two next to each other in a set list. Okay, 8 More Miles to Louisville in the key of E. Grandpa Jones wrote this one and did a cool early kind of rockabilly version of it with some electric guitar on the original, and then all the bluegrass players like doing this song. Sam Bush does a great version, of course. Jack Lawrence. I saw Doc Watson and Jack Lawrence do this. Jack loves those Grandpa Jones songs. So, in the key of E. This has like a 1, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1 with that kind of bass line. 1. So that's just like taking the bass line and working it through the chords. But the chords themselves, that's a kind of a next level tidbit for you. But the chords themselves in the key of E are 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, and a 5. 4, 4, 1, 1, 1, and a 5. 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, chorus. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, 4 and a 1. Here comes a secondary dominant. 1 and 1, 2 dominant to the 5. 4, 4, 1, 1, 1 and a 5. 1, 5, 1, 4, 1 and 5 and 1. Okay. So I'll show you my kickoff here in a moment. I would kick it off like... You're just working in that 1, 2, 3, 4 of the scale. Those are the melody notes. So you work it into a sequence, or work it into a roll. And then, you know, the melody goes on from there, but the first notes are just those 4 notes of the scale. Okay. Here we are. And it's a good tempo. Go ahead and kick us off in the key of E, 8 More Miles to Louisville. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I've traveled o'er this country wide, seeking fortune fair. Up and down the two coastlines, I've traveled everywhere. Portland east to Portland west, back along the line. I'm going back to the place that's best, my old hometown of mine. Oh, 8 more miles to Louisville, well, come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Play. I'm sure that there's a girl you know that you like best of all. Well, mine lives down in Louisville. She's long and she is tall. She's the kind you'll never find rambling o'er the land. I'm on my way this very day to win her heart and hand. Oh, 8 more miles to Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. I got it. Play it again. I have a picture in my mind of the place we'll call our home. Humble little hut for two, we'll never want to roam. The place that's right for that love site is in those bluegrass hills, where gently flows the Ohio by a place called Louisville. Oh, 8 more miles to Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Okay. So usually I give you the first break, right? Actually, sorry. I take that back. The opposite is what I meant. I usually take the first break. That time I gave it to you, so hope you were ready, right? Just be ready anytime if you're at a jam. You're paying attention. That was just a mental slip by me, but hopefully you were on it. So I gave you one more break at the end there, just in case you missed it, or you missed your entrance. Okay, Down Where the River Bends in the key of B flat. So I'm capo in 3 here, and playing G position. So this song goes a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1, 5 and a 1. Down where So the verse and chorus are the same chord changes, just a different melody. And it's basically just a 1-4-1-5, right? Just like On My Way Back to the Old Home, just like so many standard bluegrass songs. We just call this a 1-4-1-5 progression. And I was going a little quick there in the demo. I like to do this one nice and easy. It's kind of a mournful song, right? A song of farewell. Okay, and my kickoff would go a 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay. Take a breath. Get this tired voice activated. Here you go. Kick us off on Down Where the River Bends in B flat. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's hard to keep the tears from my eyes, for this may be our last goodbye. Your country calls you to defend this great land, so do your part, just like a man. Down where the river bends, with God's help, we'll meet again under the same old sycamore tree, proud of each other and the land of the free. I got it. I'll go down to the ocean blue and just as close as the ocean wide may keep us apart, but it can't keep you dear from out of my heart. Down where the river bends, with God's help, we'll meet again under the same old sycamore tree, proud of each other and the land of the free. Play. Okay. Good song. I love to sing that, and it's it's in an upper range for me, which is usually quite comfortable. But like I said, it's been a lot of traveling, not enough sleep, and a lot of singing, a lot of talking. How do you get Red Allen's guitar? John Keegan asks. Well, I bought it from someone who bought it from someone who bought it from him. It's from, or who bought it from Harley, from Red's son. Red's son Harley had passed it on to someone along the way, and I bought it a couple owners down the line. Okay, BJ says, lost me. Hopefully I came back. Let's see. Most folks say and clear. Hi, Dodger Martin. Hi, Dickie Derry. Hello, the real Jay Hizzy. Joel in Colorado Springs. Cool. All right. And Bryant says it's coming in loud and clear from his house. Very cool. So, y'all, thank you so much. We got one more song on the slow jam, and then we will shut down and come right back for the mid-tempo jam, starting at quarter till. Remember, all you guitar players, sign up for my Artistworks course, and you and I can work together directly, and I'll give you lots of detail on all of your very specific questions regarding guitar and regarding music. And the idea with the course is that you're going to learn all the stepping stones that I followed to get to where I was. And a lot of this I learned from my classical training, which I was able to apply to flat picking style and keep it very well organized and very sequential in the steps you need to take. So that's the idea. I am trying to present you with a very well organized curriculum that you can just follow, and then you'll be there where you want to be, and you can take that and play anything you want to with it. And part of the process is we're learning simple melodies along the way. We're learning a lot of songs like we do in the jam here. And I'm working you through those songs, how to figure out the melody by ear, but of course I provide you with notation also. And then different methods of arranging it. How to improvise on the melody for a guitar break, licks that apply, techniques like cross-picking, melody strum, and things like that you can use to arrange your own pieces of music based on standard melodies and any melody that you hear out there in the world or melodies you compose. So this is my toolkit for understanding how to do all that and knowing all the steps and knowing why it works the way it does. And then from there, you can branch out. And I have a section called Branching Out where you can try lots of different things, learning your modes, jamming over different feels other than bluegrass, and also getting into a few advanced concepts with different types of chord changes and things like that, understanding your scales up and down the neck, all of that stuff, and how to really understand it, not just play with it, but to really know it. Like that's what I'll be holding you to as we work through the course. And there's a full beginners section as well for entry-level players. So beginners, fundamentals, and for me, fundamentals are for everybody, for all levels. So I do these fundamentals daily. And there's the journey that we take together through lots of songs and tunes and arrangements. And then there's branching out. So those are the sections of my course as it lines up. There's over 160 lessons. There's hours and hours of backing tracks of lots of different types. Backing tracks where I omit the rhythm guitar if you're practicing guitar along with it. Things like that, different tempos, different keys. We learn to transpose, all that. It's a complete curriculum for guitarists, and not just for flat picking guitarists, for anyone. I use this as the baseline of my technique, but I did very little flat picking on my gigs over the weekend. Those were all kind of electric guitar gigs. But I don't practice that. This is what I practice, and then I can go just play that stuff, right? But ultimately, I'm going to add some stuff to the course over time. I wanted to start with a complete flat picking curriculum, and then I'm going to add some electric guitar and other styles to the course as we move along. Anyway, there's another pitch for you. And the last song of our set is going to be Handsome Molly in the key of B. So I'll move the capo up one. So for all of you guitar players, the Artistworks Flat Picking Academy really lines up well with what we do here. They will complement each other quite well. Okay, so this is in the key of B, Handsome Molly. 1 and a 1, 1 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 4 and a 1. Sail around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Handsome Molly, wherever she may be. So that's how I might kick it off. We'll go a little bit slower. I'm just trying to get through this on time. So I'll find a tempo here for Handsome Molly. And you will kick us off in the key of B. Okay, here you go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I wish I was in London or some other seaport town. Set my foot on a steamship and I'd sail the ocean round. Sailing around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Think of Handsome Molly, wherever she may be. I got it. She goes to church on Sunday and passes me on by. I can tell her love is fading by the roving of her eye. Sailing around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Think of Handsome Molly, wherever she may be. Play. Remember, oh dear Molly, when you gave me your right hand. You said that we would marry and I would be your man. But now you broke your promise, go and marry who you please. Well, my poor heart is aching, you're roving at your ease. Sailing around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Think of Handsome Molly, wherever she may be. lost in capo land there, and I might have added an extra beat or two to my solo. So thanks for following me there. And hope you got plenty of good playing time and good warm-up time here on the Slow Jam. So come on back in about 3 minutes and join me for the mid-tempo. Thank you for your donations as always, keeping me moving, and see you shortly.